All right, 10 minutes before we say shup shup to you, but we've got this for you before we say goodbye. It is by far the biggest and best film gathering in this country and on the continent, one could say, and a major economy booster for the city of Durban. That is the 10-day-long Durban International Film Festival, which is set to kick off on the 13th of July. The event will bring together film lovers, industry practitioners from Africa and beyond, with the hope of taking their craft to a new level and sharing ideas that will grow the industry. All right, so joining us to talk a little bit more about this, we've got Chipo Zhou, who is the festival manager for the Durban International Film Festival, and we've also got with her David waMaahlamela. He is a director for the Centre for Creative Arts. Both of you, thank you so much for joining us to talk more about the 2017 edition of the Film Festival.
Thank you for having us, Leanne.
It's an absolute pleasure. All right, let's begin the interview by saying, why are you the best person to be in the position right now? What do you bring to the Durban Film Festival? And I think I can imagine, Chipo, this question is for you.
I think at this point, it's a great space to be within the festival because it's a transition period. We're bringing in some new fresh elements. It's young. The entire team is young. We're being led by a great director who's also very young, Mr. waMaahlamela, who I'm with in studio. And I think it's just the social context within the African continent itself, within the industry, is just changing. And there's so many dynamic things happening. And I think it's just one of those stages where when you enter, you just can't help but just embrace all the good things that come with it.
Fantastic. I mean, it is, I can see your vibrancy and I can see that you're exceptionally excited and bringing a new energy to all of this. But David, let me bring you into the conversation. You know, in terms of where you're sitting, when you look at the film industry at this moment, I mean, where do you think we're at right now?
For me, it's the best time ever. I mean, when you look at the research that was done last month by the National Film and Video Foundation, which proves that we are in the best space in terms of what the industry is contributing to the GPD of the country. But beyond that, you can look at particular productions. I'm thinking of Happiness is a 4-letter word. I'm thinking of Keeping Up with the Kandasamy. This is such a success that we haven't seen in a great history, and most importantly is the fact that we are proving that South African film industry is not limited to the apartheid films, the political films. This is South African industry telling a vast variety of stories. So this is the best of times.
I must say, I tend to agree with you. I mean, those films that you've mentioned and many, many more. I mean, I think of Beyond the River and what an incredible movie that was, how well it was shot, the acting, the scenery, I mean, everything. And it makes us proudly South African. That's what's so lovely. Now, with such a great pool of movies that are out there, and obviously those that have entered to come into the film festival, what were you looking for? What does the lineup look like this year?
Wow, the lineup is incredibly diverse. We have quite a lot of films. We're opening the festival with the film Serpent by Amanda Evans, which is a South African production directed by a female, which I'm very excited about because we have a women-led film focus this year. We have Asina Mali, which is closing the festival this year with The Big Bang, directed by Mbongeni Ngema, who, as we all know, has been in the industry for a very long time, and he's just an amazing man to be around. I've spoken to him a couple of times, and it's just standing in his presence is just awe-inspiring. We've got Below Her Mouth, which was had a full crew and cast of women. It's just one of those productions that just inspires female driven productions. We have Beauty and the Dogs, which is a French film.
Yeah.
We are also looking forward to some of the really exciting local productions that have been on the waves and that have done really well internationally. We're looking at Liana, an animation production which also features Trinam Klope, who's, as we know, a very well-known industry professional. We're looking at films like The Wound, which has been making quite a lot of waves as well with the controversy. And so, yeah, we've got quite a great lineup, and I think there's something for everyone.
Oh, it sounds amazing. And my next question to you was the kind of themes that you're going to see coming out of the film festival. However, I've got a feeling you've answered it already. What I'm taking out of this is that there seems to be a lot of focus on women and the sterling work that they are doing in the film industry.
There is. I think we came to the realization that there has been an injustice done, and so this is a deliberate move to redress that and say, look, we understand that there aren't a lot of females within the industry and they haven't been given that platform, and so we're saying we want to encourage them to make more productions. We want to encourage them to really engage within the industry. And so we're opening up that space. And the idea is not to say, okay, women have this particular platform and then the men have another platform. The idea is to hopefully integrate that we never have to speak about women in the film industry as a separate entity, but as just film practitioners. We also have a German focus. We have a Canadian focus. We also have a Kenyan focus. And this is in partnership with our various partners, the KZNFC, which is the KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission, the National Film and Video Foundation. They're partnering with us on the Canadians. The idea is we have all these different relationships with all these countries, and we want to celebrate those relationships. So we have the various focuses that are happening this year, and we have a special focus on emerging filmmakers, and so we've added several elements to the festival that weren't previously there.
Fantastic.
We have a student film focus, which where we're going to have, we've partnered with AFTA, VETS, UKZN, Creative Arts College. The idea is to engage with film students, have them access the platforms that they can collaborate, that they can discuss, that they can network with people who've been in the industry for a very long time, share knowledge, share ideas, and be able to just launch themselves at a very early stage. We also have what we're calling the micro budget section, which I think is a very big industry within South Africa currently, where we have people making films on no budget to low budget. And so those are really exciting new elements that we've decided to focus on this year.
Goodness me, all right, you've given it all to us. David, I apologize for not following up with you on that, but we've just run out of time. But I must say, Chipo, I think, has given us absolutely everything we need to know about the film festival. Thank you, both of you. We leave it there for this morning. And the 13th of July, you'll see the film festival kicking off. And joining us in our studios, of course, was David. He is the director for the Center of Creative Arts, and Chipo, who is the festival director.